In the morning when I rise, give me Jesus.
Good morning, folks. God hears the prayers of your heart. He heard Cornelius's prayers, and he wasn't even a Christian. But oh my goodness, his heart was fully engaged. And so God answered his prayers by sending an angel who instructed Cornelius to go get Peter and talk to him about how God loves the world so much that he sent Jesus. Go get Peter so he can tell you about Jesus, is the bottom line on what's going on here. Well, today we're going to take the story one step further, and we're going to see that Peter is involved in what the church considers a discipline that they make it into some kind of religious performance, and it's not. We're going to see how Peter walked in this discipline, and it was just kind of a natural thing. We're in Acts chapter 10, and I'm going to read verses 9 through 16. Here's what they say. On the next day, as they were on their way and approaching the city, Peter went up to the housetop about the 6th hour to pray. But he became hungry and was desiring to eat. But while they were making preparations, and he falls into this trance, and he saw the sky opened up and an object like a great big sheet coming down, lowered by four corners to the ground. Well, there were all kinds of four-footed animals, crawling creatures of the earth and birds of the air. All kinds of animals were in this sheet. A voice came to him, "Get up, Peter, kill and eat." Remember, he was hungry. But here's what Peter said. Peter said, "By no means, Lord, for I have never eaten anything unholy and unclean." You remember there were commandments that had to do with sacrifices and commandments that had to do with these animals were clean and these animals were unclean. And Peter always followed the commandments. So again, a voice came to him, and a second time, "What God has cleansed, no longer consider unholy." In other words, the ceremonial laws, the cleansing laws, no longer apply, because in Jesus at the cross, all the commandments were fulfilled. Remember, we read that in Romans. He was the end of the law. He was the fulfillment of the law. Oh, the law is still good, but it's not law anymore in terms of being right with God. Verse 16, this happened 3 times, and immediately the object was taken up into the sky. Now, what did all this mean? Did it mean that you can eat ribs now? Well, of course it did mean that, but it meant a whole lot more. And we'll talk about that as we go through this story. Now, the discipline that I want you to look at is fasting. See, Peter was up there and he was hungry, but he didn't decide, "I'm going to fast so that I can see visions." No, he saw visions, was so wrapped up in being with God that he completely forgot about eating. He completely forgot about needing food. That's how fasting works. Fasting is all about being so in tune spiritually with our spiritual God that food is so beside the point, along with anything else of the natural. So fasting, don't make it into this difficult discipline. Don't fast to get God to do something. No, you just go after God. And fasting will be a natural thing that comes out of that from time to time. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. We'll take one more step in this fabulous story of the power of God. I'll see you tomorrow.
Give me Jesus. Give me Jesus.